culture, huh? Address the culture. I'm address the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come address the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come address the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come address the culture. We gon' talk about it. Come and address the culture, huh?
Brick by brick, you get your boy Big Wall.
It's Chibannas. Yeah. And this is Address the Culture. Mother. Shout out to my boy KL that ain't in the building, but I just had to do it.
Shout out to
Happy day.
Happy day to you. It's good to see you. We are back to do what we do best with This Week in the Culture. Now, it's a whole lot going on. You know what I'm talking about? It's been a lot going on in the culture. It is good to see, Miss Chibannas in the building. You know what I'm saying? How are you? What's going on in the world of Miss Chibannas? How you doing?
You already know. I'm doing good. I took a little break last week, but I'm back and I was ready to address the culture. Man, there's been a lot going on in the culture, Big Wall.
Yeah.
It ain't been no walls in nobody's lives but ours, apparently.
Yes. It's a whole lot going on. You know what I'm talking about? And we're going to get right into it. Now, recently, it's the boy Avion Crockett. You know what I'm talking about? He was performing, on stage. Now, it's a thing going on where everybody feel like they need to just tap in and just, make their presence felt. So he had a Karen step up to him. You know what I'm saying? And she felt like she had something to say about his performance. We're going to watch this video and we're going to come back and address the culture. And I want to see what you feel about it. Check it out.
All right.
Look, check it out. Get your ass off stage. You know what I'm talking about? Like, what's going on, Miss
Karen?
What's going on?
What is really going on? Everybody has an opinion nowadays.
Yes.
Now, we cannot dismiss Karen in the name of everybody. She was coming from a good place, don't you think?
No. Look, she mad as everybody business but a goddamn own. See, that's the problem.
Oh, let's have some happy thoughts with that one.
No. We not finna have no happy thoughts. Like, why do you feel it's your place to come on this man's stage and tell him what he's doing is inappropriate? Like, that's crazy. Like I wouldn't even be on that type of time. Like, you at a comedy show, sit your ass down. You know what I'm talking about? Like, what's going on, man? I don't get it. It ain't for me to understand, but it only take like black folks don't do that type of stuff. Like, we just don't do it. We just don't do it. Like
I
we're not going.
don't know that black people don't do it.
Look,
I
look,
think
now, no. Now, what we will do, we gonna say what we want to say, but getting up on the stage at the Man Comedy Show. Come on, man. Come on, man.
so. Now let's talk about it. We're addressing the culture.
Let's
She
address the culture.
didn't because like the media would just give you bits and pieces to make it seem more than what it is. So you have to do the follow up, right? And the follow through. And so upon doing the follow through, I noticed that she accidentally stumbled on the stage. You get what I'm saying? She was trying to go to the bathroom and she couldn't figure out the way. I mean, he said it.
No, we not finna do that. We not finna do that.
No. Avion, he said it himself. He said that's what happened. She was kind of like trying to find her way to the bathroom, and she couldn't find the way to the bathroom. And trying to find her way to the bathroom, that was the only exit back. And so then she was just stuck there in that spot. And she had something she wanted to say. They say, speak now, forever hold your peace. And she chose to speak then.
We not finna do that. We not finna let these Karens get away with that. You know what I'm talking about? It's a time and place for everything. You see, everybody called her a Karen. You know what I'm saying? She's standing up. She said his comedy act was offensive to her. So she felt the need to come up on the stage and stop his comedy show in mid-comedy. Like, who does that? Who does that? Like, leave.
Somebody that ain't afraid. She's like, I ain't afraid of you. And I ain't afraid that I'm probably less than 1% in this audience. I ain't afraid that they're gonna look at me and call me Karen. Karen.
How about leave? How about leave? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can always exit the building. You know what I'm talking about? Get your ass up out of here. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what though? What it did do is it helped Avion. I'm sorry, why I keep calling him Avion? I know somebody named Avion. It helped him understand that when it comes to doing his shows, he needs to have more security in place. And so, because he went live and he addressed it after the fact, and he said, it's not going to be so nice.
Yeah.
He said his first thought was to get the BIT switch. But he don't hit women. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But the next person that try to do that, you know what I mean?
Right.
He gonna do what he need to do, and then there are people set up to do what they need to do. It's a comedy show. If you don't like what's going on, get the step in.
You can always leave, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, in this day and time, like, if you doing a show and like somebody run up on the stage, you never know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be prepared for that type of time. You know what I'm saying? So good thing she was just really on some like nosy whatever, but it could have went the other way. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that needs to be addressed, because it's a few times when people that ran up on stage. I know it was one comedian, some dude ran up there, he was swinging chairs at him trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like it can get spicy. You know what I'm saying? Now you were speaking about.
So let me ask you something.
What's that?
Do you think when it comes to comedians and of the sort, they are unprotected as creatives then? Because what's the point in having security at a club? Most places you have security at a club, right? But
I mean, not usually like in a comedy club. You know, comedy clubs, I would think they would be kind of different. You know what I mean? And I think that's a whole lot for you expect a comedian to have security. You know what I'm saying? Comedians a little bit different than audience. I mean,
why not? Like comedians, what do? A lot of comedians use their audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they crack jokes on the audience, and we gotta be realistic. Since we're addressing the culture, everybody can't take a joke.
No, everybody.
You feel what I'm saying? And they don't like being singled out. And we've known stories. Like literally, I got two cousins that's dead right now today over the phrase, "What up, fam?"
Yeah.
I ain't your fam. You get what I'm saying? Both of my cousins, my auntie firstborn and her thirdborn, lost their lives over a simple sentence. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, I
And so
understand.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe this situation came about because we do need to maybe think about the fact that when comedians get on that stage, you don't know what mindset other people are in when they go and try to crack a joke. You feel what I'm saying? It may hit real close to home.
Oh, I get
And
it.
it
You know what I'm
may,
saying? And like I said, in this day and time, with the temperature, the way the world is, like you never know. And like everybody like
yeah,
trying to go viral. So you might catch somebody trying to run on the stage and be wild and do crazy stuff just to get that attention because it's so easy to go viral. So it might be something that the culture should look at, even with the security now. Like we got the situation that you was talking about, telling me about earlier with the Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying? With the lady, the one protester outside of Travis Scott house. You know what I'm
man.
saying? And she out there too, and there ain't no security out there. You know what I'm saying? Here she go right here, the lone woman protesting outside of Travis Scott house. You know what I'm saying? Now, do she got the right? Can security should be able to come remove her from his house? You know what I'm saying? And even though Travis, going on with the situation, like I want to say,
But she can because she's protesting. You feel what I'm saying? And like protesters have rights. So she can't be removed unless she's causing harm or disruption. You feel what I'm saying? But outside of his gate is civilian land. So you
man,
have the right to say and do what you want on
look.
civilian land.
So I got the right to let my dog loose and run outside my gate.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna just spin the block on that one right there.
Look.
We ain't even got that.
So
That
I ain't got the right to just let my dog run outside my gate where you standing at. I don't got that right, huh?
no, because you do have the right, but you are also responsible for what your dog does outside of that. So if your dog was to cause harm, then you'll be in trouble.
Look, ain't a protest more than one. She was by herself. So for me, that's look like a criminal. I feel for my life. I feel like she by herself. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got nobody else with her. And so she just standing outside. That's solicitation. You know what I'm saying? That's a charge. That's a sum. I think a protest should be 3 or more. You know what I'm saying? That's not considered a protest. She by herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? My question is, why is she out there by herself? That's
because she's related to one of the victims, and I think for her, it's not enough being done. This whole situation was definitely, it was so tragic. It was definitely tragic. And if you really want to know the truth, you want me to address the culture with it. I think it was a setup. I think it was really a setup. And I really try not to always get into conspiracy theories. But here's the thing. You have Travis Scott that has all these followers and people that has been coming to this venue for 3 years consecutively. He's selling out this hundreds and thousands of people coming from all type of countries. Now, they go in there right before the concert takes place. And they tell him, hey, we don't want you doing the whole throw a riot, let's have a riot ritual, whatever it is that they call it, right? 2 years prior, nothing ever happened. But then because he decided to do it anyway, a stampede happened. Now, for me, in a city that's predominantly of another race, right? And they really don't want you having your functions or having so much influence over people. So it's the perfect opportunity to release the gate. You get what I'm saying? Because he was already on stage, right? And and he's always done this. So why hasn't none of this happened before? I think somebody deliberately pushed one person down because it's a way to bring money. Like, remember this? Hold on, let me finish one thing. Remember just not last week before last, we was talking about Drake and how he has risen on the chart. So that means his money is extra. You feel what I'm saying? And he Travis Scott is Drake artist. So what can we do? How can we tap in his pocket?
Well. Now Travis Scott not signed to Drake. Travis Scott not Drake artist, but they work together. They kind of tapped in, but that ain't his artist. But at the same time, like everybody making it conspiracy theories and saying rituals and doing all that. You know what I mean? You know, I think it's so easy to go to that type of time when I think it was just a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? I think Travis Scott is just a young dude who was out here living his rock star lifestyle. Because let's be clear, back in the day when Michael Jackson used to have major concerts and Prince and U2 and all these big the crowds used to do the same thing. People used to be fainting in the crowds the same way. So all it would have
and that's what I'm saying.
Was a situation like this back then, and people, you know, it could be the same thing. So I tend to think it was just a tragedy. You know what I mean?
I think somebody pushed one person just to create.
It could be, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's a situation.
I think it was literally set up that way because they didn't want them back in their city. They didn't want it to go on again because they had a problem with it.
It's a crazy situation, you know what I'm saying? And again, I want to say rest in peace to everybody that lost their lives. It's a tragedy.
Condolences.
Man, condolences to all the families that lost their lives. I think they up to like 10 people that died from this. It's a tragic situation, you know what I'm saying? And it's one of them situations in the culture that I think, like you be saying, like it's a situation that unfortunately something like this has to happen for everybody else to kind of change. You see what I'm saying? Because I think like nothing like this has ever happened. So when people be wilding out in the crowd, people never think that, man, somebody could actually die. You know what I'm saying? And now I think because of this situation, it's going to be a different kind of mind state when we're dealing with these crowds and doing different things in it. You know what I'm saying? But it's an unfortunate tragedy. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely an unfortunate tragedy.
Yeah.
I think we all need to revisit the fact that we're living in a time that we really, really let money govern us over safety, mechanisms. Even to, like, we're worried about all the people that was in the stampede, but we still had COVID. You get what I'm saying? They're not talking about that and the fact that the numbers are still rising. So I think we need to reevaluate a lot of things when it comes to throwing huge events of that magnitude.
Period.
Even if it's an outside event, you need to have proper barriers in place because they shouldn't have been able to. The barriers shouldn't have been able to just go over that easy. You understand what I'm saying?
But look, if we're gonna address the culture, let's address the culture. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Like, if we talking about the overplay for the underplay, it's a whole lot of that going on. You know what I'm saying? Because like you were speaking, it's COVID out here. It's a whole lot going on with the government and the political system. It's a lot of things going on that we really need to be paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? Everything, and we focus on the wrong things, the wrong ideas. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that definitely what you said. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something in the culture that definitely needs to be addressed because our priorities are set on the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that's going on that's taking place right now that's affecting our future and it's making changes every single day. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like with these kind of situations, I'm not going to go as far as to say, like, even though, it is proof that these things do transpire, but I'm not going to go so far as to say this situation, this unfortunate tragedy that happened with Travis is like an underplay for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's something again that's taking our attention away from something that other things is going on. And this is one of those situations where people lost their lives. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand people getting wrapped up in this situation, but it's so many other situations that we really shouldn't even be paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with us moving forward and definitely bringing.
Well,
Yeah.
no, and the fact that you bringing it up, maybe hey, let's light a fire because I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
The whole Rittenhouse situation. While we're focused on this, so now we're going to take another African American brother and throw them under the bus, and we're not going to fixate on this big ass race issue that we're steady fighting in the culture.
That's what I'm talking about, she. That's what I'm talking about. Overplayed.
They probably knew them too. They probably knew them too.
Yeah.
Real spirit.
Absolutely, she. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, and you brought it up so dope. Now we talk about the case right here. You know what I'm saying? Judge dismissed weapon charges in Cal Rittenhouse homicide trial. What is going on? What is going on?
Here it goes.
Yes, absolutely.
We've been missing this. You've been missing this?
We've been missing it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about. Like, this man literally came out and killed 5 people. 5 people.
Not one, not 2, not 3.
And the judge dismissed it. Dismissed his weapon.
But can I tell you something? Because I'm probably gonna upset some people when I say this, and I'm just real, and because I deal with mental health up close and personal right now in my life, right? And so last week, I remember him being on the stage when he testified on his own behalf. What troubles me, this is what troubles me, is that I wholeheartedly feel he honestly don't believe he did anything wrong. He really don't believe he did anything wrong. Everybody's saying, within the culture, I'm saying he's faking them tears and forcing them tears and all that, but I honestly believe he don't think he did anything wrong, and it's because of the way he was raised. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In his heart of hearts, he truly believes he was protected. That's a problem. It's still a problem because y'all can't omit that he's still a threat. He's a
100% problem. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because that leads into that privilege. That leads into that blanket that we got over America that don't nobody want to look up under. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to sweep this underlying issue that nobody seems to want to talk about. You know what I mean? And it kind of takes me into the Dave Chappelle situation, because he offended people and because of what they want to talk about on the surface. But we're not going to talk about the real major issue that he's talking about. He using the jokes and then the LGBTQ and the trans. He using that as a funny way to talk about racism.
Yes.
Racism. And the underlying theme of all of his jokes and whatever is racism. But we're not going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Colin Kaepernick, he took that knee. We're not going to talk about why he took that knee. Why did he take the knee? Because of racism. We want to talk about America and disrespecting the flag and turn it into everything else.
We're going to focus on everything else but the big issue at hand.
The issue. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like racism. That is the problem. That is the problem that we really, as a culture, we need to focus on, because that is the only way we're going to reach the place that we're trying to reach to, and use and let these other situations take our mind and our focus away from the problem at hand. You know what I'm saying, She?
I totally understand. So the question is, how can we address the culture and actually do something about it. Like we keep talking about the problem and talking about it, it gets overlooked. We deal with it for that moment, even to us as people.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We deal with it when we're facing it. It's not an ongoing fight, right? But we will do an ongoing fight to help prosecute our own color. They don't do that. They don't. And you know, I'm not one that speak race because I'm colorblind. Like real spill, like
But
I
she,
try to be open.
like you say, you like to be open and colorblind. But one of our audience members, he said, if the guy he shot was black, the case would be totally different. You know what I'm saying? And that's our audience. So, like, I know you kind of try to see the color in a different way. But let's be honest, like that's the issue. The color barrier is what's separating us. The color issue is why we have the have and the have not. And it's just a true face. It's the true face of the country. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out, great comment. Shout out to Funny Man Red. Dope comment, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the true essence of what we do. Shout out to KL. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? KL.
No, KL. Where's the love? You see what I got holding up, KL? Come on now. Where's the love? We gotta love our brothers and sisters no matter what color they are. You get what I'm saying? I think when we jump on that love train, we got to pass it around like we got to throw it around like confetti. It eventually come. It will eventually come full circle. It will, you know. But there are elements to it. Like there are things that need to happen.
That's what I'm saying.
In order for things to happen.
Yeah.
You know, it all can't just be done. It all just can't be done overnight. You feel what I'm saying? It's levels to everything. It's steps to everything. But if we put a little love in it, we'll eventually find our way back home.
Yeah. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to KL. Like KL said, being colorblind ain't being realistic. You know what I'm saying? You can't be. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's a real factor that's going on in this country. You are judged based off of the color of your skin. Everything happens to you based off of the color of your skin, which is crazy. I never understood how that separates us. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And us acting like, you know, that's not the issue, and everybody else around us acting like that's not the issue. Everything that we going on and we talk about it, we fight for, the root of it all is racism. It's racism. You know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle used comedy to talk about racism. Colin Kaepernick took a knee to talk about racism. We out here protesting and doing all this to talk about racism. And you want to make
we gotta dress the culture to talk about racism.
What she said, you know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. You know, and these are the things that we need to talk about, and that's why
I just want to bring it love.
Yeah.
I see that. Some happy thoughts.
Yeah.
That's what I want to bring to address the culture when we talk about racism. I get it. I'm not saying that it don't exist. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I say I'm colorblind, I want to be the median in between because I want to understand it. Mm-hmm. I want to be open to understand. It goes back to what I just said about Rittenhouse. I'm empathetic to the fact that I feel he really don't know, and it was because of the way he was raised. Can we blame people for what they're taught? Like, it's like there's a such thing as being brainwashed. Take that off because I want y'all to see my face. And brainwashed. You know, not to take it here, but we're going to go to the R. Kelly victims. You feel what I'm saying? For so long, they dealt with everything that they say he did because they were brainwashed. You feel what I'm saying? We have to find empathy in those that don't know better. And that's all I'm saying. So we gotta find a way to reach Everybody.
Look,
Eventually the KKK understand that they don't have a leg. They're losing.
look,
They're
look.
losing.
I hear you.
At a
I hear
mass
you.
number.
I hear you, she, and I feel you. I respect the fact that you got empathy and you want to, heal the world and kumbaya. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I understand. That is amazing. But me personally, I can't have sympathy for those grown people who know the actions that they are doing have consequences. I can't feel sorry for a kid just because he was brainwashed or
But
he
I
was
don't
told,
think he thought there
hold
was
on,
consequences.
hold on.
What no
Hold on.
consequences?
That's not my problem. They got places for people who don't know. If you come outside with a gun and you kill 5 people, that your ass need to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? They got places for people who don't understand that that's the world we live in. And I'm not even finna give him a pass like that. He knew exactly what he did. He knew exactly what he was doing. Now I will give you this, she. Now, if he thought he would get away with it, you know what I'm saying, or he thought America wouldn't come down on him, maybe because that's their white privilege. You know what I'm saying? Well, they feel like they could do whatever they want to do and get a little slap on the wrist. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the problem. You see what I'm saying? Now I could give you that, but him just being like la la world, he didn't know. Nah, we not doing that. He knew exactly what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's showing. They dismissed his weapon charge.
I didn't say
it
no.
happened exactly.
He didn't know what he was doing. That's not what I said. I didn't say that. Don't misconstrue my words. There you go on that KM shit.
Look, here we go.
In his heart, he felt like he was doing the right thing. It's a totally different statement.
But that's still the same thing. It's
definitely not the same thing.
If he thought he was doing the right thing, that means he thinking it's okay. Like
no. He's brainwashed again.
I'm not trying to hear that.
So all them girls that was letting R. Kelly do what the hell they did to him, they thought it was okay then, right?
Here we go with
they thought it was okay.
Here we go with the who?
I'm just asking a question.
What was said?
I'm just asking a question because for them to come out and prosecute him years later, you get what I'm saying? For all these things, they knew they knew what he was doing was wrong, right?
But what does that have to do with anything? That don't matter.
My point is he brainwashed. He in his heart. There was nothing wrong. He felt like he was being a protector.
No,
just like the girls kept protecting R. Kelly. Their abuser all these years.
No. R. Kelly in this situation as apples and oranges. Come on, she like you.
It's not apples and oranges.
It is apples and oranges. Look, listen.
We're not talking about Kelly. We're talking.
Listen to me. Let me respond to what you said. Let me respond to what you just said. Now you said R. Kelly brainwashed these girls. That's vice versa. These girls didn't go out and kill people. So just because whoever this Rittner was brainwashed by had him to go out and kill people, that don't have nothing to do with the fact that he needs to be in jail. It's no sympathy. I didn't say he should go to jail. I never said that. No, what I'm saying is no sympathy. I don't have sympathy for people who go out. You did. You said I'm sympathetic.
Empathy, compassion for the fact that he think he in his heart he really felt like he was doing the right thing.
No.
And it's because of the way he was raised.
No. Like I said, I would give him the fact that because he thought he was raised, he probably thought he could get away with it. I give you that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the country, that's the world we live in. But as far as him going out and committing this crime and not knowing the consequences of it, I'm not going to give him that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give him that because we all know the consequences of our actions. You know what I'm saying? We should know the consequences of our actions. Everything you do, every consequence has an equal reaction. You know what I'm saying? And that's the world we live in. I know us You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear, she. I know us as black people, we all know it's consequences and repercussions to everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? If we know it or not, we know it's consequences. And that man knew it was consequences. And he also knew that he was going to get a slap on the wrist. He also knew that he was going to possibly get away with it. And with them dismissing his case and throwing that charge out, he might get away with it. And that's the problem with this country. That's the problem. He knew he was gonna probably get away with it. He knew that he could commit.
Well, what if the judge? What if the judge and all them is working in the black people favor, and they probably tired of people like him and want to release his ass to public so y'all can have y'all way with him because they know if he get released, he won't live long. Let's since we addressing the culture, if he walk after doing what he's doing, somebody's gonna be so freaking angry they're gonna go kill him. You remember A Time to Kill, the movie A Time to Kill with Samuel L. Jackson?
Look, the thing is, that's a movie and this real life. George Zimmerman.
No, but A Time to Kill was based on a true story, though. A Time to Kill was based on true live events.
George Zimmerman is still out here walking down the streets, and he out here signing Skittles, packages of Skittles for people. So I'm not trying to hear that somebody gonna kill him. I'm not trying to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? This country is supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? When you do
wait
something,
a minute, wait. Spin the block. No. We gotta go back. What? George Zimmerman is signing Skittle packages.
He's out here. Yeah, George Zimmerman is out here signing Skittle packets. Like real spit. And guess what? People buying them. The country that we live in, people are buying them. You see what I'm talking about? So I ain't trying to hear none of that. You feel me? I don't have sympathy, empathy, none of that for none of these people who out here continuing to do what they do. You can miss me.
Y'all evil. Y'all need to pray. Y'all need to talk to God.
Man, look at him. Look at him.
I'm gonna put this up. While we're addressing the culture, I'm gonna ask the Lord to bless this mess. It's really just that simple because it's all bananas. Yes,
it is.
It's all bananas. Can we spin the block? Can we spin the block? I don't even want to talk about that no more.
We gonna spin a block. And speaking about mess, you said it's all a mess. We finna get into a little bit more. This is our culture, doing it for the culture question of the day. We gonna make it a whole segment. Now we talking about Danny Lee and the baby. You know what I'm talking about?
The baby.
It's been smoke in the city. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't been so easy, baby.
Look, it's been a whole lot of smoke going on. You know what I'm saying? The baby's filming, Danny. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna let you. How you feel about the whole situation? And I'm gonna say how I feel. You know what I'm saying? You got the flow, Miss Bananas.
Oh, wow. So how do I feel about the whole Danny Lee and the baby situation?
Yeah.
I think they're human. I think maybe it can be a ploy for promotion of music and all that, but I don't know. I think there's some truth in both of their parts. I love the way Baby did it, though. The fact that he was so poised and so calmly doing it, like he's protecting himself. Absolutely. You can tell, like he's crossing his T's and dotting his I's because I work too hard for the name. And what you will not do is, destroy everything that I work for. But I do think he went above and beyond to try to assassinate a character. You feel what I'm saying? With saying we were never an idol, you were a side bitch. Like you could have just kept your poise because you were literally, he was on it. But then him saying all that and the way she was.
He was unbothered. He was on his Omarion swag.
He was like he had that ice spot where his heart used to be. Yes, he definitely had that ice spot. And I was feeling them because okay, I love my daughter, and I'm going to get you out of Surrey because people always gossip. So before you hear the tabloids, hear it from the horse's mouth. This is what's going on. But I do think it's a ploy because It's a lady. It's a young lady. He really dig it. He really dig it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And so he wanted to set the record straight for her, not for anybody else. It was for her. You get what I'm saying? To say, I never dealt with shit. She's delusional. Now here's the thing. When Danny Lee goes to speak up, like the first thing I really heard was why the woman always has to be crazy. And that is true. Like every time it's a domestic situation with anybody in the media, or in real life, it's she crazy. Men always deem the woman as crazy. But I just always remember when I heard that part, I remember the line in the movie when the mama say, "You can't keep telling all these girls you love them and you want them to have your baby." You get what I'm saying? And I feel like he was feeding her that because what I said. Well, when we talked about it, I went and I got to digging and I just typed in Danny Lee name. And then the album, the movie popped up, right? And so the way the album started off, it started off with Superstar, where she's, there's a line in there when she say, eventually I hope that I can show you off in public. You know what I mean? And then the next songs go into situations.
So that sounds like side chick activity, right there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It do.
Okay.
But then as the song goes on, the album goes on, it say situations, right? Then it say my turns. The next song is My Turns, featuring the party next door. Yeah, you're having a party next door on his turn, sis. Yeah, you speaking about it. Come on, we're gonna address the culture with it, right?
Yeah.
Put you on. Yeah, that's what he did. Like you thought by doing music with him, y'all was gonna come up. And then that's when the bullshit happened. That was the next track. Bullshit. Bullshit. Psych. Joke's on you. Now you're feeling mistreated, which goes into the title of the next album song. Mistreated.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is when their relationship, this album came out when their relationship first started brewing, right?
No,
then hold on,
like 3 years.
I'm going somewhere. Let me finish because this shit, I got a whole story for this. Tell me if I'm wrong. It just goes with the video, like it literally goes with the video. No bullshit. So we on the song Bullshit. Then the next song is Mistreated, right? Then the next song after that is entitled A Female's Name, Monique. You feel what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this brother, right? And then she like, fuck Monique, you got this Dominican mommy. That's the next song on there.
Wow.
I'm talking to you like a woman because she bananas. He say she cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She's really cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right?
You can definitely relate. You can definitely relate to her, huh? You know what I'm saying? You a little.
My name's Chibannas. You feel what I'm saying? Like I can feel how women are vibes. But then she goes and put him on the next song. He got her on a Levi hat. Nigga, I'm ready to be your Bonnie and Clyde. Like they robbing banks together.
Right.
In the video, right? Yeah. And now she got this fame. She in her head is like, we done rob banks. We doing all this music. Boom. It's time for us to, I think you're going to put some diamonds on me after this one. Psych. That was the next song, right? It happened. Look, it's 4 more songs, right? After that, she was mad. Thought all that was going to make her famous. It didn't. So she wanted to remind him, I'm a keeper. Come on down here. She got the baby. Right? Now, when I had this baby, I know you because I know your rapport with your other kids, and you're gonna go above and beyond. That's the next song on the album, right? Well, didn't happen. The next song is Baby Say. There's his name in there. Baby Say. Baby, I want you to say it. Look. Next song is I Wish. What you wish he got? What you wish he tell you he love you? You wish. You wish he finally acknowledged you? But which brought us to that. Last night she was in my room. Last night she was trying to push up on me. But today you want to put me out at 3 o'clock in the morning because I don't want you freaking on me and somebody else. So I came and threw you some plan Bs because you're not finna keep having all these babies. My baby gonna be the last baby.
Look
You
at
hear
her.
me, the baby? I'm talking to you, Jonathan.
Look at her. Look at her. Look. I hear you, and you know what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That album do sound kind of sad chickens. You know what I'm talking about? We done all been in them sticky moments. You know what I'm talking about? But look at her. Baby says she crazy. You know what I'm talking about? So I tend to believe she probably a little off her rocker. You know what I'm talking about? Because for a black man to purposely call the police, you know what I'm talking about? In today's day and time, for him to want to call the police or literally want to go on live to film something, he definitely felt the way. He felt he needed to secure himself situation because she was probably gonna pull a stunt. So I tend to believe she was a little crazy, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because ain't no black man just gonna call the police for no reason. No, it got to be a real issue. We just don't call the police, man. You know
He
what I'm talking
was feeling like my boy we just talked about in the top of the hour. What's his name? Crockett. He was feeling like him. He wanted to kick a bitch.
about? Yeah.
And the only way to protect yourself from kicking a bitch is to call the police. You call the police. When me call help, I worked too hard for the name. The name is stays. It stays right here, but this bitch gotta go. Now here's the sad part about it though. And what I think he needs to understand, right? If she don't leave, she really don't have to leave. And that's the sad part about it. Because she has him, and everybody has this audio of him saying he allowed her to come stay in his house. And she's been there for 3 months. So in order to get her out, because she's been there so long, if she was smart, he'll have to take her to court.
But you know
90 days, 90 days in any residence, you legally have to, if they don't leave, you have to legally evict them out your house. I learned that from, childhood when my mom tried to put one of my siblings out, and yeah.
Yeah, you learned that on your crazy tales. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I got a story for everything, baby.
I already know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But look, you know what? On some real talk though, just me putting myself in that position with that situation, just because she's the mother of my shorty, you know what I'm saying? Even if me and her do got an issue and I feel like she crazy or whatever, I wouldn't have put out. I probably would have left. Cause like baby got a bag, like he rich, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy for him to just go ahead and leave, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and let the mother of his child, you know what I'm saying, stay there with the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing. He was keeping it real player and keeping it real G. I wish he'd have just kept it all the way through, not putting out, not putting up business out in the street. Even if he did feel like she was a side chick, she might have been.
And
there.
he was mourning, like
You know
I don't think a lot of men understand or not just men, women. People hate to be ignored. You feel what I'm saying? The worst thing you can do to a person that studied is to simply ignore them. So, like you say, if he'd have just, you got enough money, like you're clearly letting everybody know, oh, she's doing music, but she's broke. She ain't got shit because I had to buy everything for the baby. She got a fucked up situation at home. She living a fucked up life, and like I wanted my baby to be straight. I did all this. Kudos, you're a man. You did what you were supposed to do. You know what I mean? Getting the first part on camera is proof too. I think it was vital for his own protection because we do got the situations with Bow Wow, Chris Brown. You know what I mean? Like, they ready to come for our young black men, especially if you got some money. Yeah, and I'm never a woman to advocate safety for men putting their hands on women or anything like that because I've been there too. But in their defense, like a lot of nowadays, I think we're playing role reversal. And I must be honest. Men,
why you say that?
because I've been seeing men are more emotional and sensitive than women nowadays. And not only that, they
That's how you feel,
they
huh?
be wanting the same doggone like
I
men
don't know
be
about all
acting like
that.
princesses nowadays. I'm gonna be totally honest. Like some men be acting like princesses. I
Look,
cannot make I can't
look,
even like they do.
look, look. You know what
And here's the thing: it's not that it's sometimes it's a bad thing, but sometimes it's a good thing because we want everybody. We literally want we used to go through we've been addressing. Let me recorrect myself. We've been addressing the fact that men have always been taught to be a man, quit being so emotional and this and that. And so I love to see that men are being more open with expressing how they feel and things like that. But sometimes it can be a little bit overbearing. You know.
look, you can't have it both ways. You know what I'm talking about? You can't tell a man that you want him to be more open with you and tell you what's going on, how he feel, don't hold it in, and then at the same time, when he do that, you look at him sideways. I think it's a
I'm not
situation.
doing it, but I'm just
No,
saying that's
no,
what's
no,
going
no,
on nowadays.
no. We just speaking in general. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
So
say you did. Say
look,
people
look,
can.
look, because you speaking, you said it like, you know what I'm saying? You said men are princesses these days, you know what I'm saying? So, and
I ain't
that's how,
say you. I ain't say you acting like a princess.
no, because I'm cut from a different cloth, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I
Okay.
was trying to come around the block to, you know what I'm saying? I think it's more of a situation where you got to deal with a certain breed, you know what I'm saying? A certain character, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's generational gaps. You know what I'm saying? The way we move may be different from the generation before us and in front of us. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pretty much nowadays when it comes to women and men, you gotta know what you want out the gate. And ain't no in between. You know what I'm saying? If you start off being a side chick, you can't turn around if you end up still being a side chick. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be who you are, you know what I'm saying, and what you're
Right.
willing to deal with. You can't turn around and expect for somebody to take that situation and turn it into what you want it to be now, if this how it started. And I think that might have been a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like they started off one way and she didn't have a baby and now she trying to take it into another lane. And he like, hold on. Like, you know what this is, you know what this was, kind of, you know what I'm talking about? So
I'm
you
waiting on her to drop the screenshots of all the messages because, like, that's one of the things that she said in it, and it be so much truth in that. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, men will fill women up with bull crap lies when all you gotta do is be honest. Like, just like you were so honest on the live. That's why I'm saying I'm waiting to see because if he embarrassed her that way, then she should drop them screenshots of everything that he's saying. You feel what I'm saying? To
look,
solidify
messy.
you so you don't look crazy.
Messy. You just being messy. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm just
Drop a
saying.
screenshot. You just being
You know
messy.
me?
You know what I'm talking about?
Shit,
No.
I ain't even gonna kid. I had to address some shit last week on my off day. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why I know, like men will if you allow them if you allow them to keep toying with your feelings and your emotions because they know that you have a soft spot and a weak spot, then they'll do it, right? So like to Danny Lee, like the reason why I want to talk about it is because Queen, you are beautiful. You are so freaking beautiful. You feel what I'm saying? Like I love you. You're beautiful. You have your own lane. Fuck him. Mother had him. Mother loved him. Mother because
Okay.
that just like he trying to dismiss you like you're nothing, somebody else is gonna take you and heal all them wounds that he so openly punctured right in front of the audience. You get what I'm saying? Like I say, the beginning of the video, I was really, really down for. But when you went down to try to the point where you're trying to assassinate her character and all that. You don't get no kudos on the back from me with that when I know y'all been rocking for 3 years. You feel what I'm saying? You was feeding her something. That's why she kept doing it.
I feel like
you feel what I'm saying?
I feel like he could have kept it player, but I'm not finna sit here and be like so big on Miss Danny Lay's side, because I remember just a few months ago when she dropped that little song talking about he like light skin better. You know what I'm talking about? That little song that drove the country, the culture in the uproar, and she was sending shots at the baby mama because she's a dark-skinned sister. So Danny Lee has been doing a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? So we're not finna sit here and make her seem to be a victim. But what I will say,
you put her in that position, and that's what I'm saying.
There you go.
I feel like he was making her empty promises.
I
don't think she just cuckoo and saying all this stuff without no receipts.
I'm not finna let you get away with that, she. Like, we gonna hold people accountable. Like, she knew whatever the situation was, she knew he had a baby mama. She knew he was still dealing with it, whatever, like he the baby.
Oh no, I'm not with her attacking the other baby mama.
Like, that's crazy.
I'm not saying I support that. That's not what I'm saying. She definitely wrong for attacking the other one. However, I'm saying the attack comes from him. You gotta understand, if she came for the baby mama, trust and believe the baby mama came for her too.
I'm pretty sure.
In a position.
I'm pretty sure.
That's why it said he like light skin better. That lets you know it was in response to something that she said.
Not necessarily.
She probably opened the door by going fucking with her initially because she was worried because they got history and she felt like they was coming back, and like attacking her was like to run her off so I can secure my spot.
But look,
you get what I'm saying?
Who started it?
It's catty female shit.
That's what I was just finna say. Like, it's catty female shit. Like, whoever started it back and forth, that don't even matter. The fact that you doing it. The fact that you're doing it, period, is the problem. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, y'all heard from us.
It's self-esteem issues.
It's self-esteem issues, and we're going to talk about it. Y'all heard from us. Now we want to hear from y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how y'all feel about the topics that we talked about. If it's something y'all want to talk about, hit me, hit she, hit KL, and we'll spin a block. We might even bring you on.
Do y'all think the baby was wrong for what he did today? Drop a comment down below. We need to know. What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts on the charges being thrown out, right? In the Rittenhouse case.
Yep.
And Karen. What about Karen? Was she out of line? Do you think she intentionally? I think she just wanted some fame. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not. Here you go. I'm not letting you get away with that. No, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? No, but like she said, put it in the comments, everything we talked about. And if you have anything to say, we're going to talk about it. And you know, we're going to be right back Wednesday with the same type of vibe, same type of energy, here to address this week in the culture. This is your boy, Big Wall.
Chibannas. Yeah.
And in the building. And this is This Week in the Culture on Address the Culture. And like I always say, your culture makes you who you are. So make sure they respect it. We gonna catch you on the next episode. We up out of here. Shout out to a message. Okay, we see the messages still coming in. You know what I'm talking about? We like to support.
Daddy Diana.
Thank you for the compliment. Great show. We will be back. Shout out to Dirty Diana in the building. You already know the vibes, but we gonna be out of here.
We miss you, KL.
We miss you, KL. We locked in. We gonna see y'all this Wednesday. Address the Culture.
7 p.m. Be here.
Dressing the culture. I'm addressing the culture, huh? Addressing the culture. I'm addressing the culture.